Welcome everyone. Today we're going to see one of my favorite idioms, not only X but also Y. And you need to know two principles. The first one is that X and Y must be parallel. They must begin with the same word. The second principle is that you cannot have a contrast between X and Y. We will see what I mean very soon. For instance, I could have not only verb but also verb. I could say she not only studies but also works. I could also say not only noun but also noun. For example, I took not only the GMAT but also the GRE. Notice that right after not only you have the article the, and after but also you have the same article. So that works. Finally, you could say not only preposition or prepositional phrase, but also prepositional phrase. I could say I study not only on weekdays, but also on weekends. And that works. Now you could also have different prepositions. You can have also not only subject verb, but also subject verb, not only clause, but also clause in general. That's also a possibility. So, how does this apply with real questions? Let me show you three of them. In the first one, you have not only are, but also on, and that is not parallel, because a verb cannot be parallel to a preposition or phrase. B, you have not only on, but also on. So you have two prepositions that works. That works perfectly. In C, we have not only on, but also a growing number. And that is not parallel. A preposition is not parallel to an article. So that doesn't work. In D, we have not only the interest rates, but also on. And that is not parallel again. Finally, in E, we have not only on, but also a growing number. So that's also wrong. The only possible choice is B, not only on, but also on. Preposition with preposition. There is no contrast here, so that works. In the following question, the sentence begins with not only. That is also possible. Just make sure you have parallelism and logical agreement. So if I have not only did, I need but also. If you have not only, you need but also together. If you have but also together, you need not only. I cannot say not only but it also. That is not idiomatic. In B, you have not only did, but also cost. Okay, cost is not underlined here. And that works. Did and cost could work. In C, we have but also without not only. And that does not work. In D, you don't have the expression not only but also anywhere. You just have but, it, cost. But it also cost. That is a sentence. And that is a possible structure. You can have subject plus verb, comma, but, subject plus verb. Okay, so you are connecting two sentences with but. We're going to leave D for now. In the last one, you have not only, but you're missing but also. You have but. That is not idiomatic. So B or D? Well, the truth is that we do have a contrast. On one hand, the clearing of forests create farmland and give consumers inexpensive houses, and that is positive. However, the clearing of forests causes erosion, and that is bad. So whenever you shift from positive to negative or vice versa, you cannot use not only but also. You need but. Okay, so be careful with the meaning of the sentence. Finally, This is one of the most challenging questions, and the only one that violates the not only but also principle, but for a very good reason. For example, you have not only are thieves, and you don't have just a verb, you have a verb and a subject. In other words, you have a reversed order. If you have not only subject verb or verb subject, you need something similar, but also verb subject or subject verb. Okay, so are thieves able to is the same thing as saying thieves are able to, just in a different order. And in A, you don't have but also, so most people eliminate A. But let's leave it for now. In B, you have they can also pilfer. So most people would also eliminate B because there is no but also. Remember, usually with not only you need but also, with but also you need not only. And then in C, you're missing but also as well. You have but also only in two answer choices, but none of them is parallel. If you have not only are thieves, you need but also verb subject. Indeed, you only have pilfer. You don't have a subject verb, you just have a verb. So D doesn't meet the parallelism criteria. And the last one says, but also pilfering. And pilfering is not parallel to are thieves. So E is incorrect. So we are left with A, B, or C, unfortunately, because none of them have but also. And out of these three, only one of them is parallel. You have not only are thieves able to divert, they can also pilfer. So you have subject, verb, can also pilfer is the verb here. In B, you have they can also pilfer as well. In C, you have also pilfering, and pilfering is not parallel. You need a subject verb or verb subject. So once you are between those two options, look at the differences, usually at the end. And only one of them is parallel. And sell is parallel with pilfer, so that works. And selling is not parallel to anything. So we're left with A. Why A again? Well, because when we use not only but also, the structure must be parallel. And the only two options with but also are not parallel. That's it. So parallelism apparently is more important than keeping the idiom intact. Again, this is the only exception I've seen out of about 20 questions with not only but also. Well, I hope you learned something. Have a wonderful day and keep studying. Send me your questions to teachers@gmatdues.com. Goodbye.